20 years ago, contentment was easy. Happiness was very cheap. There was no way you would know that your high school mate now drives a car unless you serendipitously met in one old student meeting. No way you would know. So if all you had was just a shoe, an original Italian shoe that you used to cruise the streets of your village, you will be very happy with it. Fast forward to today, the age of social sharing. Happiness is expensive. Fulfillment has become a thing of luxury. You need to have more things to feel good, and the more you have, the more you see more things you need to have in order to now be finally happy. Social media has become the root of many depressions. Last week, I made a video about how humans have natural cognitive bias that make us view things in relative form and not in absolute form. What I forgot to mention is that you can't stop your brain. Even though you know this logically, you can't stop your brain from doing it. I mean, why do we cry in movies when people die, even though we know it's just a play? When I bring this topic up, I see many people say, yeah, I know that. I don't let anybody pressure me. I don't compare myself to any other person. That's not true. That is just not true. Especially if you've ever applied filters to your picture before uploading it. We think we are relaxing by constantly being on social media, but we are simply exhausting our brain. According to research by World Psychiatric Association, studies showed that even short-term engagement with extensively hyperlinked online environment reduces attentional scope. The more you scroll through your feed, the more decisions you have to make, whether to like a post or not, whether to comment on a post or not, whether to watch a video or not. The more you make decisions, the more you make use of the executive function of your brain. And from this infinite scroll through your timeline, reacting and making decisions, the executive part of your brain becomes weak. That's why you realize that sometimes after taking a break from a task to browse social media, you come back and you can't just get yourself to focus and continue what you were doing again. Now, the problem is not just what this endless scrolling through your timeline does to your subconscious brain, but also to the extent to which you are able to fully concentrate when you are awake. The constant exposure to getting something that gives you thrill, which as a result produces dopamine in your brain constantly. Your brain gets used to it, addicted to it, that when you are not with your phone, you become bored easily. You find it difficult to stay long on one task, your attention span becomes shorter, you begin to find it difficult to concentrate, and at some point, if you don't stop, your life becomes meaningless outside social media. You will start to feel anxious, lonely, and depressed. See, I know there are a lot of advantages of social media. I've gotten many from it too, and perhaps if there's no social media, you won't be watching this right now. It has a lot of advantages, but there's not enough discussion about how it can be of harm to our mental health if care is not taken. Here are a few recommendations from some mental health experts. Number one, if you become addicted to this thing and it's really affecting your mental health, just stop. Stop for a while. You ain't gonna die if you don't do Instagram or Facebook. You gotta ask yourself, how many likes does your life worth? Number two, off notification for social media apps. To reduce distractions, off notification for social media apps. Let it be that you go there when you want and not be compelled by notifications of likes or comments. Number three, mindful detachment from your phone. Establish a form of mindful detachment rules from your phone, like no phone until 8 a.m. or no phone after 10 p.m. or even a day like no phone Friday. Establish a mindful detachment from your phone. This is very important because we gotta take back the control of our life. You have to choose either to be controlled or be in control. Live, love, and learn. SS.